Lord of Flames here, and welcome back to another reaction video. And today, we're gonna watch two animation videos done by Capped Miner 369, which I did remember doing reaction videos to his videos like a year ago, which has been a while. So I got a request from him on Discord, and he wants me to do reactions to two videos that he just did. And the first one we're gonna watch is called Four Nights at Freddy's, which is mostly based on a fan fiction by Mr. Nightmare himself, which I remember subscribing to that YouTuber years ago, which I enjoy his contents. It's been a while since I listened to these stuff. We're gonna get right to it.
Okay, so a few weeks ago, there was a grand reopening for the old popular pizza place called Freddy Fazbear's. It introduced a bunch of new animatronic characters along with the newly updated and polished versions of
Man,
the
I
old
hope
ones.
Mr. Nightmare will think about
Times were
doing
tough and I was
his own
desperate
thoughts,
for
like
money
a
and
reaction
still
or
am.
his own comments
So
about
I
these type
saw
of
in the paper that
fan
the new
videos
place
of
was
based
hiring a
on his
night
own videos.
security
So,
guard.
I mean, I'm
It seemed
sure
like
he
the
probably
easiest
did.
job I had ever heard of, but the pay was minuscule. However, it stated that there were quick advancement opportunities
It's so
with
odd
years of
nowadays when you look
promotions.
back to the game and now to the
So I
movie
got a
itself.
job there.
And yes, I did
I'll
watch
skip
the
all the
FNAF 2
application and
movie,
interviewing and stuff. It was
and
pretty straightforward and simple.
I regret watching it.
I was told I would be working 5
Yes,
night shifts,
I didn't
and if
like
I were
it.
still interested, I would be switched to the day shift,
But some
along
part
with
of
a
it
raise.
me, I really like
It
that my
sounded
theory came
somewhat
true
promising,
when
considering the
the game came
financial
out years
situation
ago,
that I'm in.
that it was meant to be a
If I had
sequel,
known the
because like,
hells that
come
were
on, you
up to that
can't,
place come midnight,
there's no way it would make sense in the
I would
80s
have
of
never
these
taken the
toy
job.
animatronics looking so brand new
Let
looking.
me start with the
There's no way the
story.
materials or anything back at the
Night
time could
1.
work. Nah,
On my way to work on my first
it
night,
wouldn't make sense.
I
But
picked up a cup
finally,
of coffee to
at
keep me
least they
somewhat
finally
alive in
got
the
it
overnight.
right for the
I
movie
had never
version.
done a night shift before.
In some way, yes, because knowing
Driving to
the
the roads
movie,
at this hour on a Monday
knowing it was
night,
taking place around the
the roads were
90s and it
just
was closed
completely
down
dead.
and now reopened
It was weird pulling into the
around,
empty
well,
parking
mostly
lot
it was
when
used
normally you would have to
around the
fight to get a
2000s.
spot.
So,
I had been given a key, of course. Nobody would be in the building but me. Before walking in, though, I gave appreciation to how new and clean the building looked. At least I wouldn't be working in a rundown old shithole.
well,
I stepped into the
his
building
animation
block
style is
before.
getting there.
I
So,
found my office after about a minute
because
of
he's not
searching.
even like using
It
any
was the
any
strangest office I had
keyframes
ever
he's
seen.
using on the My
There was no
Animator
door, just
forum
a big
website,
opening from the
where there's a
hallway
lot of
into the
people are
building.
sending their own rigs
There were
or their
also
own
two open vents on
keyframes
either side of the
animations for
room.
free and
That was the
whatnot.
strangest
Knowing
part
you
of the
still have to
night.
credit them,
It didn't
which
really
makes
bother
sense
me
because
much
they
though.
work so hard, so you gotta credit
I
them.
threw my jacket over the chair and sat down. There was a note left on the camera monitor. It was from my boss, giving a quick rundown of my job. It said that at night,
Oh, I
sometimes
recognize those
animatronics
models
would move
already.
around the building, looking for people, since they were in fact
Even
set
if they
to
were
interact
from
with the
that
customers.
I forgot the creator's name who
He
made
wrote that
these
I was to
rigs
stay
on
in the
My
office at
Animator
all times,
until
and to only use my
they mostly
flashlight when
decided to
necessary.
just
Yada yada
close down,
yada, other
shut it down,
nonsense.
because
It was
for
also
many
noted
reasons,
at the
probably
bottom of
like
the
for
note,
many people
in
out there who
highlighted
not even
text,
crediting to
that
the
every 10
creator,
minutes I
so
would need
decided
to
to
switch
just
to Cam 11 on the
shut it down.
monitor and hold a
Which I
button
remember
to
having
remotely
downloaded the
wind up
rig,
a
which
music
was on my
box.
laptop until
He wrote that if the music box were to stop, it would
I got
cause
rid
a
of my
certain
laptop
animatronic
after
to
getting my
become
own new
confused
PC.
and start
So
to make a mess of its
I forgot
surroundings,
what happened to
searching
that
for the
laptop
music
of mine,
source.
which has been
Other
a
than
while.
that, he wished me luck and to have a
But
great
yeah, I
night.
don't have the I don't
The
have the
note
rigs
gave me a
anymore.
good laugh.
Guess it
A
was
better
from
laugh
my
than I'd gotten in
backup
months.
driver because I have three of
It was
them,
one of the
but
most
one
amusing things I've ever
somehow
read in my
got a
life.
virus. Which
Sure,
that
I
same
believe that the
backup
robots
driver
walked around, but
turned out to be
it
the one
seemed
that
so
have all my
hilarious to me I
files
couldn't
for my
find any reason to be afraid.
Resurrection movie. That's why the movie you
After a
guys
few
are
minutes of
watching when
reading
it
the
came
paper
out
and drinking
years
my
ago
coffee,
doesn't
I
look
remembered
fully
what the
ready.
note said, to wind up the music
Because
box every 10 minutes.
some of those
I didn't
scenes
really
were
think
actually
much would happen,
remade,
but
but
I
they didn't
guess I
make it
get to
into
hear
the
the
movie.
story.
So I'm just using
I
my
didn't have
old
anything else to do
footage
anyway.
from my other backup
I turned on
drivers.
the tablet
That's the
monitor
only way
and
just to get
switched
the
to
movie
camera
done.
11. There,
So
a
yeah,
little
the
button
movie
popped
was
up on the
kind of like
screen that was
not
labeled
fully finished.
Music Box.
So you're watching
I
a
pressed it, and I could hear the
60%
sound
done
of the
movie.
music box handle being wound up.
Sorry, y'all.
It was pretty neat, but I didn't understand why, if it could be done remotely, why it didn't just happen automatically. While I had the monitor on, I decided to check the other cameras as well. I checked camera 12 and saw an animatronic laying on the ground, in a state of obvious disrepair with its endoskeleton parts
Mangle.
all mangled and exposed.
It's so odd
A
that
weird
nowadays,
static
like,
sound seemed to
for
be coming
kids,
from the
decided to
robot.
just only targeting Toy
I
Foxy and
chuckled to
just rip her
myself and
apart and
switched to
just put
another
her back to
camera,
different pieces
revealing the
and all
show
that,
stage where
but they
the
didn't
new
go
main
for the other
characters were
toy
standing.
animatronics.
Freddy the
How
bear,
odd is that,
a
you
blue
know?
bunny, and a yellow chicken.
Which I don't
I
know
couldn't
what's the
remember their
problem
names at
there.
the time.
Unless just
I
God
turned
just
off the
want to
tablet and
do
resumed
something new
reading the
without
paper.
having them being the same,
This went on
want to
for
try
another
something
3 hours with
else
the
to
routine
make
wind
them
up of the
scary
music
at some
box every
point.
10 minutes. It wasn't until
Unless
around
there
quarter to
wasn't
four
instead
that I
that
heard
he's
the
somehow
sound of
based on
footsteps
during
coming
around
from
Chuck E.
somewhere
Cheese or
outside my
other
office.
animatronics back in the old days.
What the hell was that? I
If
said to
not, then
myself as I
I
turned
don't
the
know what he
audio
was
back
based
on.
on that
I switched
for his
around the
own character.
cameras looking for
So
an
who
intruder.
knows?
I switched to the camera viewing the stage and noticed that one of the animatronics was missing. The blue bunny was gone. Oh shit, I can't believe it. He wasn't lying when he said that the robots moved around. I grabbed the flashlight sitting on my desk and shined it down the hall. There was nothing there.
But yeah, FNAF
Oh well,
2 is better way to
let the
be a
thing walk
sequel
around
instead
if
of
it
being a
wants to.
prequel, because there's no way
I
it would make
resumed reading my
sense for how these
paperwork
toy
until
animatronics
the
somehow
footsteps came
move around at
closer
night
and
if they're
stopped.
not actually possessed by
Until the
children
footsteps
or
came
any other
closer,
spirits who
this
died.
time from right down the hall outside my
Because they
office.
mostly, because the only kids that William take was mostly the five missing
I
children.
grabbed my
Well,
flashlight
maybe
again and
not yet.
shined it down the hall.
Until the FNAF 2
There it
movie
was, the bunny,
somehow
standing
makes it a
outside
little
the
bit more
office
sense
looking
in some
down at
way
me.
that the puppet, the
I found this
marionette,
amusing and
that
got a
Charlie
good laugh out of it.
possessing
It's
managed to
come to
only, well,
play, I thought
puppet
to
marionette
myself.
makes sense of her name and all
I
that.
almost got up
Use
to get a
strings
closer
to
look when
puppet
I
all the toy
remembered that it said in the
animatronics.
note to stay away from the animatronics.
Well,
I didn't want to get fired after the
at least
first
that
night,
movie makes
so I
sense in
decided to
some way
leave it be.
without having more
I
children
tried
that
to get
William
back to
so
my routine
easily
of
keep
paper,
getting
coffee,
away.
and music
For how many
box,
restaurants are
and
always keep
eventually I heard the
opening.
bunny walk away. The rest of the night, nothing happened, but honestly, all I could think about was the
But yeah,
bunny
it would make
and the
sense just
amazing
only just being
technology.
6 children. Because that's probably like, it's like William somehow go for
Night
10
2.
instead of 6
I arrived
regularly.
early the
Like
second night.
looking back to the
I brought
newspapers
two
and all of that.
coffees, as
But of
one was
course, y'all
barely
gonna
enough
tell
the
me like,
previous night.
do you remember the mini
Along with the
games?
newspaper,
And I
I
was like,
brought some
yeah, I
magazines as
remember
well.
mini games, even though there
6
were dead
hours was a
bodies
long
there.
time to be sitting
Even
doing
though
nothing.
those
I
could
learned that
be
the hard way.
the actual 5 missing
My boss
children.
left me another note telling me that I might want to throw on the Freddy Fazbear head
Man,
if an animatronic gets too close,
I tried my
as they
best to
will assume
puzzle
that I
it,
was just
even
another
when I
animatronic.
tried to watch Mad Patch Furious, and
After
I'm
that,
still
he left the names of most
Still
of the
don't get it
animatronics.
anymore nowadays.
Freddy, Bonnie,
At this point,
Chica, Mangle,
I
and
wish I could
Foxy.
just.
The
I wish
first hour
everything
of my
was
shift
back
went
the way it
slow,
were back in
occasionally checking the
2014
cameras
to
and routinely
2015.
winding up the
That was
stupid
it.
music box.
The
I took that
2016
opportunity
and
to
the rest of
check
the
out the
years
rest
are
of the cameras I
just
had not seen yet.
a
I
little bit
checked the
mixed
camera
up,
labeled game area and I could see what
even when
appeared to
they're
be a
novels,
statue of
which
a
I
young
don't see
boy
them
holding a balloon.
connected at some point. They're
It could
just
have been
from a
another
separate
animatronic,
universe.
but I
That's
wasn't
it.
sure.
Like Into the
It
Pit,
kind of
or
reminded
like
me
somehow
of
they're these
Pinocchio.
gum
That thing was a
monsters,
bit
or
unsettling.
another
Definitely
person made
creepier
another
than
spring
any of the
lock and
others I
all
saw.
that. I don't know.
I switched around some
They're
more,
just
found the
random
camera
stories,
labeled
like
parts.
mostly Goosebumps style.
It was the room where they kept all the old animatronics. I could see the robots laying on the floor, partially disassembled with certain parts missing on each of
Man, I
them.
wish there's a
It
way,
was like a
if someone
robot
can, and
graveyard.
no, maybe not, like of
I
course, there are
switched
mostly
to
a
the main
lot of
stage
mods out
camera and
there
saw
that
that
have
both
all the
Bonnie
type
and
of
Chica were
models in
gone.
Minecraft where you could use them.
That was a lot quicker than last night.
Because I'm thinking about going
I
back to
flipped
doing
another
Minecraft
camera and saw
Blockbuster in
Bonnie,
some point, since
face
like
to the
last time I
camera,
did one was
staring
the
at
House of
me.
Fred remake
My
back in
heart skipped a beat
2023.
and I jumped back in my seat
Because
and
right
let
now
out a
I'm trying
loud
to
gasp.
work on the Jeff the Killer
Under my now
Minecraft
heavy
movie,
breathing, I let
which I
out a
was meant to
small
get
laugh.
it
I still
released
found it a bit amusing, but
October this
only
year.
for a few
But
seconds
no, it didn't happen
before I
because
started
the
to think,
Blockbuster I was using
how did that thing
was
know my
regularly
camera
was in
was?
in
Sure, they have
1.12.2
facial recognition
or
technology,
1,
but
and
they would
it
have
keeps
no
crashing. It was
reason to
never
know
like
what a
that before
camera is.
until it keeps crashing and
Why
somehow
would the
almost
creators
killed my
program these
computer.
things to know what a camera
For
is?
real, it did.
And why the hell was it staring into the
So I
camera
give
like
up,
that?
but my friend Jill helped me out to that he
I
found one
became a
that
bit
there are
uneasy
new
and more
version of the
paranoid now,
Blockbuster on the
checking the
newer
cameras more
Minecraft.
frequently.
So I tried that one and it worked.
It wasn't until another
So I
hour later
probably will
that
be
something
back in
happened.
business at some point.
Footsteps, coming down the
But I won't be
hallway.
that fast enough to get the movie done, because I am going to delay it till
I
next
grabbed the
year.
flashlight and shined it
Because
down
there's
the
no way I'm
hallway.
just releasing this
It
movie
was
in
Chica
Christmas or
holding
anything
what
else.
looked like a cupcake.
Last time I did that one was the
She
House of
stood
Fred, the
there,
original
just
one,
staring
back
at
in
me for a good 30 seconds
2018.
before my flashlight started to flicker. No, not now.
Off.
Off. Only for 2 seconds, before light returned, but Chica was gone.
I gotta
Damn,
say, Captain
I
Miner,
then remembered I
you're really
hadn't wound
doing
up the
good of your
music box.
animations. It's like you're
I
slowly,
turned on the monitor
slowly
again and
leveling
switched
up.
over to camera
The more you
11.
get used to your
I had
keyframes, the
made it
more
with
every
only a
movement
few
you're
seconds to
making for
spare
these
and wound it back
characters,
up.
the more you'll
My art
probably
was
just
being
end up
quickly
making
from
your
what I had
own
just
movie,
witnessed.
without
I
just
wasn't finding it
reusing
too
some
amusing
models that
anymore.
already been used in the
The way they
other
both looked at
creators.
me,
Some point you can
I
actually
was
make
too
your own
focused on checking the
characters, your own
cameras and
models,
shining
your
my
own
flashlight down
stories.
the hall.
You could just make your
The
own
way they looked at me,
movie.
even through the cameras, it was really creepy.
Toy Chica,
I couldn't focus on reading my
everybody's
paper
favorite
anymore.
nowadays.
I was too focused on checking the cameras
Seriously,
and
that
shining my
really
flashlight down
changed
the hall.
the FNAF fandom at that point.
I was more
A
concerned and
lot more.
curious than I was scared, though. Minutes turned to
Guess you know
hours with
why.
nothing happening
I
again.
mean, have you seen those other websites?
It wasn't until 5 a.m. that I heard footsteps coming down the
I
hall
mean,
again.
that's one way to defeat her. Like, you just type a thing on your laptop and just show it to
I
her,
shined the
and she's
flashlight
like,
down
"Ooh."
to reveal Foxy the pirate. It was one of the old,
I don't
damaged
know. Like, you need to
animatronics.
find some way to just defeat
Right
these
as I turned the
animatronics so
light
they
on, I
won't
could
get
see
you
it stop
anymore.
moving, turn around, and run back the opposite direction. What was
What was
that
that?
about? I thought. Maybe
Maybe
it's
you're
shy.
shy.
6 a.m. came slow, but when it did, I was excited to go
But
home.
nah, it's just mostly the
So
flashlight,
far,
man.
the job wasn't anything terrible, just different.
He was on now.
Everything
Like,
changed on me.
Foxy is the only one that can still attack you while you're wearing the
I arrived
mask.
with 2 cups of coffee again.
Like,
I
there's
used
gotta
the
be
book to
something that
read.
happened before.
The
Like, how
feeling of
he
being
managed to, like, get
nocturnal
you.
was
Like,
awful, but it was only
why?
for a
Or
week,
how?
and I had the
Unless
patience
Maphead
to
was just
work
making
with
another
it.
theory, but that guy's already
The
left at that
first
point.
thing
I
I
mean, he
did
probably
after
already
arriving
did
was
made
winding
one,
up the music
which I somehow
box.
missed. Well,
After
there
about a
are
half hour
videos
of
out there,
checking
some
the
people make their
cameras,
own
the
theories in that
robots were
point.
all still in their proper places.
Even though IDs are
I'd
mostly
been checking
theories
these
nowadays,
cameras
they
for a
mostly
while,
may not be
but
true.
I didn't ever
To this
think
day,
about
only
why I
Scott
was doing
Coffin
it.
will confirm it.
I guess I didn't want to think about what would happen if I got too close to one of the animatronics because I was afraid to know.
And to this
I
day,
guess that's why I was so
I'm still
cooperatively
thinking about
winding up that
making
music
my
box,
own FNAF
in the
2
fear of
Minecraft
what would
movie.
happen if I didn't.
Because back in 2016, after making my
I
first
started
FNAF
reading my book,
movie,
or at least
I was
tried
almost
to.
this close
I
to
merely
do
skimmed
a
the
FNAF
words
2,
without picking up on what it was I was
which
actually
will,
reading. My mind was paying no
actually was
attention
going to
to any
be
sounds
a
coming from down the
continuation, not a
halls.
prequel.
A little past
But I
3
skipped
a.m.,
that one
the
just to
coffee
get
had
to
passed
Fazbear's
through me, and
Fright.
I suddenly needed to pee really badly.
So
I
after
know I was
finally
told
getting
not
used
to
to
leave the office
Blockbuster
at
in
any
some way,
time, but
I
if
might
you
think
gotta
about
go, you gotta go.
doing a FNAF 2
I
movie.
flipped around the cameras one more time to make sure all the animatronics were still idle.
But of course, I got to be
Yep,
careful. Like, got
they
to
were
make
all
sure I
still in
get
their
the story
spots.
right. Because right now I'm
I guess
just
they're sleepy tonight.
working on the outline of
I
how the
wound up
movie
the
is
music box one
going
more
to be
time and
about.
set a
Like,
timer
is
on my
this going to
phone
be
for 9
like,
minutes to give me a minute heads
which
up
it
that I
will
need to get back
be
and wind up
a
the music box.
continuation to the
Just in
FNAF
case.
remake in some
Call
point.
me paranoid. I grabbed the flashlight, turned it
But
on,
yeah,
and
I'm not
slowly
fully
walked
having
down the hallway.
everything similar
I
to
found myself
Chris'
tiptoeing around
work
the
of his
building.
own
I
FNAF
didn't
2
know if
movie,
those
which
robots could
was
hear things or not.
not really good.
I crept around the
I still have my
but the only
reactions
real source of
of
light.
his movies,
The feeling I
which
got
I'm
from
not
it more
removing
like
them
dark
in
building
case all you guys
awareness,
want to watch
like
those
the
and
feeling
think
you would
about
get
what
from
his work
sneaking
was used
around
to
a
be like
closed
before he
zoo.
ended up being the
I didn't
worst
feel
person of all
comfortable and
time.
feared getting caught, even by something not human.
Because his FNAF
Bad
movie remake
analogy, maybe,
was
but
worse.
the
That's
ghost was
got
clear
him
though,
to
and
stop making
eventually I found
movies
the
and
bathroom.
everybody unfriended him.
It wasn't a single person bathroom, so there was no lock on the door. I looked
Oh
for a
well.
light switch, but there was none. How pathetic. It must be some kind of automatic lighting system, I thought to myself. Even though I was the only one there, I still decided to use the last stall to pee. I'm one of those people that doesn't like to use urinals, and this was just force of habit. Just as I finished doing my business in total darkness, I heard the familiar sound of a bathroom door opening.
And
but
speaking about
there's
emergency lights
nobody
that
else
he
in the
was
restaurant.
thing, when I was still
But I
working at
heard
the
heavy
hospital
footsteps,
last
like feet
year,
hitting the
there was like
floor,
a storm
and
coming
then
in, and I
it
was
was
in
one
the
of the
elevator
robots.
all by myself, and
It was in the
out of
bathroom.
nowhere, the
Luckily, I
wind was
had a
really strong and
flashlight
managed to
earlier.
like take down the
The sound of
power
heavy metal
generator,
footsteps
and
banging on the bathroom
I was
floors.
stuck in
I
the
heard the
elevator
stalls, and then
alone. There was no
silence.
emergency lights. It was pure darkness. But a
It's
minute
so weird how
later,
the
the lights
sound
went back on, and I managed to got
moaning.
out there. So
It almost
I'm
sounded
perfectly fine.
human-like a
Which I'm gonna
child.
tell you this:
The
my
moaning, it
brother,
sounded stressed and
his greatest
angry.
fear is mostly being stuck in an elevator,
Oh
and I
shit.
can't believe that came true for
It's
me to
kicking open
experience
the
that.
stall doors. It's gonna find me in here. There
Unless
were
he's
only
thinking
four
about too
stalls.
much
There
of
had to
that
be something.
one horror movie that was not really good back in the late
Ah, damn
2000s,
it.
which was
What
called
stall's
The
next?
Devil, which is
The
people are
footsteps
stuck in an
moved outside
elevator
my
when
stall.
there's a
I
devil
got on the
in the
ground
room
and crawled
with
under
them.
the stall wall to the next stall over.
I'm sure all of you will mostly remember that
The
movie.
stall door didn't
If
open.
not,
I had locked
you
it.
can mostly search it up.
Another failed attempt.
Because I
I thought about
remember,
running out of
I
the
didn't watch
room,
the movie at first.
but
I
no,
only remember
they
watching
would
a
hear me open
fan-made
the door.
version of it, which is
It
mostly
was
on
at this
Tube
point that I
Town,
had believed that these
which
things
is
were
called
hostile.
the Cog,
No friendly robot
which I
would
think I
climb
remember
open
that
the
what it's
stall
called.
doors
It's
looking
mostly
for me.
these tunes are inside an elevator,
I heard the
and
stall
there's
door
a Cog,
violently bust
mostly the
open.
devil version of his, that's mostly
Silence.
hunting down all these tunes in the room with them.
And
Yeah,
then
I mean it's
I
semblance in
heard
the
what
movie.
sounded like an angry growl. It didn't sound like a growl from a dog or any kind of animal. It sounded like a truly angry, hateful, inhumane growl. I heard another bang, but this time on the wall separating the stalls that
But
I and the
man,
robot were
now
in.
I'm wondering what will the FNAF 3 movie
The
will be
stall
like
door
in
was
2 more
opened, and I
years.
was exposed. All I could do was plank on the floor, on the dirty bathroom floor where little kids urinate all day.
Yeah, like
The
Phone Guy would
footsteps moved
say,
past the
you know,
stall,
why not just
but
play
no,
dead? You know,
I
go
could just
limp.
barely,
Maybe
through the
they'll
corner
chance
of
it.
my eye,
Maybe they'll think
see
you're
the
just an
figure of
empty
Freddy
costume and all
Fazbear.
that. But might as well
Cool,
they
but
think you're an empty
no,
costume, they'll just stuff a
the
metal
original one.
endoskeleton into you. Wonder how that'll work. Yeah,
I
never mind,
inched
scratch
closer
that.
to the bathroom door, but I didn't hear the door open. It was blocking my exit.
Yeah, it just saw you, but it's
I
not.
quietly crawled down to the first stall to try and catch a glimpse of
Unless
the
in the
robot.
fury for Weta Freddy in some
I
way,
poked my head
maybe
into
he's
the
just like
wall,
blocking
and
your way,
there
trying
it
to not
was.
let any toy
I was
animatronics to
standing
get you.
still like a statue
Because
right
these are
in
mostly
front of the
possessed by the
door.
children in some way.
I was a sitting duck. I
But,
remained planked on the
I don't know.
floor, waiting for the sound of the door opening. I remembered the music box and what my boss wrote on the note, that if the music box stops, a certain animatronic will start to throw a tantrum and become hostile. After witnessing how hostile Freddy was, I didn't want to see what that other animatronic would be like. I only had 10 minutes to get back to the office to wind up the music box, and I had probably already been gone for 5 minutes. I didn't have much time, but the robot continued to stand
And
there.
now think about it.
Time dragged
Cat
on as I
Miner,
tried to think of a way to
since
escape.
you mostly
I contemplated
you
whether or
did
not I
two
should make a
videos
run
of
through
the
it right past the
Mr.
robot or
Nightmare's
try
FNAF
to distract it
creepypasta
first.
stuff.
I
Can you
decided
actually
then that
do two
I
more
would
of
knock on
his
the wall,
of
wait
Mr.
for Freddy to
Nightmare's
walk
FNAF
over, then crawl under
videos?
the
Which
stalls
one
and run
being
for
the
the
one that
office.
I forgot the name of it. It's mostly
It
this
was my
guy who's
phone
mostly want
alerting me that
to
the
find the
timer had
restaurant
suddenly
of the
reached
pizzeria
zero.
until
As the
he finds
footsteps
it
moved down
and
the
leads him to
stall
his
and
death.
I took that opportunity to crawl under the
And there's
stall
another
and
one that's
burst through the
mostly my
door and
favorite,
make a dash back for my office. I got to my seat and
which is
immediately
the
heard
visit at
footsteps coming
Fazbear's
down the
Fright,
hall. I had to put on the
which is
Freddy
that
mask,
one
but
video that Mr.
no,
Nightmare did, which
I
is
had to wind up the
like
music
there's
box
another
first.
video he did was mostly
I grabbed
interactive
the monitor tablet and
story
turned
where you
it
can
on.
interact it the
I
areas
switched it
if
to
you want to go
camera
do
11 and
choose
pressed the
this
button for
one
only a
or
few
choose this one.
seconds.
Man, I
I
miss
didn't
those
have time to
days.
hold it any longer.
Which
I
I don't know
grabbed the
why he
Freddy mask and
removed
threw it
them.
over my head.
Like they're fun and all
Out
that,
from the
and scary
darkness,
too.
the brown, disheveled machine
But
walked
yeah,
into my
can you
office,
actually do those?
eyes locked onto
Because I
mine,
might do a
through the
reaction
Freddy
video for
Fazbear
that one
mask.
at some point.
It inched closer until
But
it
of
was
course, that'll be
nose to nose
possible to
with me.
find every videos
I sat
that has
still,
all the
not being able to
choices and all
breathe while
that.
wearing the
So
mask. The robot's eyes looked through the eye holes in the mask, but I didn't look back. My lungs were about to explode from not being able to breathe. The robot finally turned around and walked back down the hall. I threw off the mask and gasped for air. I wound up the music box with yet again only a few seconds to spare. While on camera 11, I shined the light in the room and saw something in the background. There was what appeared to be some kind of giant puppet sticking its head out of the giant gift box. I could have sworn that wasn't there before. I realized it must be the animatronic that gets angry when the music box turns off. That was all the more motivation to keep winding up that music box. I turned off the monitor. It wasn't even 4 a.m. yet. I was left alone again, alone with my thoughts. Surprisingly, the rest of the night was quiet. Right before my shift ended, around 5:55, I flipped to camera 11 to wind up the music box one last time. I figured all the animatronics would
Yeah,
be
I'm
at their
sure it's
proper
just
places
mostly
by
the
now.
5 children,
Checked the
or
cameras
mostly
one
six
last
children,
time
are
and
in this restaurant, while the 20
I
animatronics
checked
are
the
mostly
parts and
controlled by
services
the
room.
marionette. That's
Freddy
just
was
simple,
back to
really.
lying on the floor. I checked the kids' cove. The mangle still hasn't moved. I switched to the show stage camera and saw that Chica was missing. My heart skipped a beat.
Where Charlie has the most
My shift
hatred,
was
mostly
about to
on
end. How
William,
could I leave
even
now
for
while those things
Cassidy,
still
so I'm
lived?
sure that mostly the marionette
I
mostly
checked all the
controlled the
party room
Mangle
cameras
just
and
to
found Chica
attack Jeremy in the
standing
first
in the
place.
dark corner of one of them, looking at the camera. Okay, that's fine. I can sneak past her down the main hall, and I'll be safe to the exit. I left the flashlight on the desk and used my phone as a source of light, slowly and quietly walking down the main hall. As I passed the entrances to the 4 party rooms, I turned off the screen on my phone to avoid detection. I tiptoed past the rooms in total darkness, and when I reached the second hall, I turned right. I was in the clear. I turned my phone back on for light and made my way past the show stage to the exit. I could see the exit door now. I was only a few feet away when something tapped my shoulder. I turned around to see the new Chica. She opened her robotic beak and spoke the words.
We want you.
She raised her arm and took a swing at me, but I dodged it in the nick of time and stumbled out the front door, locking it with the key
Yeah, the
behind
dumbest way
me.
to capture him,
I
like you
ran to
just
my car and
tap and
sped down
just
the
we
roads to
want
my
you,
house.
which
My
give the
god,
guy enough chance to bike
what
away.
the hell
Which
just
like,
happened? That thing, what it said, and it tried to strike me in the face. Oh, what have I
oh my
gotten
god,
myself
myself
into?
into.
Night 4. I returned the next night.
Oh,
I didn't bring any coffee. Not
oh, you
because I
add
had feared
music to
having to
this
go to
one
the
this time.
bathroom, but because I'd simply forgotten. I was so tired I hadn't gotten a minute of sleep that day, thinking about what happened the night before.
Oh,
A
oh,
normal person wouldn't have returned, but I don't have the honor
yeah,
of
that's the
calling
face what it would
myself
look like
normal.
if you didn't have enough coffee or anything
I was
else,
in a
even if
financial
you're
crisis, and
having a hard time to
I
get some
constantly
sleep.
reminded myself, it's just 2 more days. Then I get the day shift and a raise. Everything will be fine. The first thing I did was wind up that goddamn music box. I guess I should tell you now that the music box was only
Well, you
necessary
might as
when a
well just
human was
buy
inside
some
the
sort of
building,
mechanic that you
as
can actually
apparently,
just let
according to
it
my boss,
hold the
it
music box and
confuses
while
the
you
doll
just
inside into
wear the
thinking that it's
mask
time to
all the
perform,
time in
and
some
it
point
glitches
while
when it
using the
realizes
flashlight.
there are no children to perform to. Sounded
It's
like
kind of
utter
like
bullshit to me,
those
but
auto
why the
clickers
hell would
in
I
some
question
point
anything
where
after
it does
3
the
nights
work
of
for
this?
you. In
I
case
had
you're like
witnessed
playing those type of
walking,
games that
talking,
having
hostile
hard time
robots that
having that
seemingly
you're
wanted
having a hard
to
time to
harm
like
me
click the
for
button
no
every single
goddamn
time
reason.
to dodge every
I had trouble
every
focusing,
melee
let alone
attacks or
even
anything
keeping my
else.
eyes open.
But
It was
instead,
a big
it's
mistake
mostly
forgetting
just
to
a
bring coffee.
I don't know, maybe it's mostly an auto clicker where it should
1:30
like
a.m.
let it do all the
I
work
turned on the
to deal with
security
the music
monitor and
box.
checked the show stage. Bonnie was awake and missing. Already? No. I just got here. I checked the parts and services room to reveal Foxy, staring up at the camera, hook in the air. Ugh,
Two of
2 of
them?
them? I put the monitor back on the desk and decided to aim what little attention I could give to listening for footsteps coming from down the hall. 2 a.m. I couldn't remember how long it's been since I had slept. My chair was becoming more comfortable, and I could almost hear the desk calling my name to rest my head down. Footsteps. I grabbed the flashlight on my desk and shined it down the hall. What the hell is that? What I saw was what appeared to be a floating head. The floating head of a Freddy Fazbear, only it was more of a golden color. It let out a disturbed
Yeah,
scream.
there's no
My
way
heart
a
sank
head
even
like
lower,
that would
but
be so huge.
then after a single blink, it
Pretty
was
much you're just
gone.
hallucinating. Because
It
there's no
couldn't have
way
been
in
real.
real life
I
that
was
head will be so
I was
big.
hallucinating.
For whatever Golden
My
Freddy,
God, I was
nah,
becoming
that's
delirious.
mostly just hallucination at
If
some
only I had
point.
some
But
water
of
to
course, in
splash
the
on my
game, you
face.
actually get attacked, so I just don't know.
2:30 a.m. I just finished winding up the music box when I heard.
Hello?
It sounded like the voice of a child. I shined my flashlight down the hall. Nothing. I checked the games area camera. Nothing. But then I
I
realized
realized
that was
that was
just
just
it.
it.
Nothing.
Nothing.
That
That
statue I
statue,
had remembered was gone.
gone.
It
It
wasn't a
wasn't a
statue.
statue.
It
It
was another
wasn't on the
animatronic.
animatronics.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Where
Where the
hell
hell
did
did
it
he
go?
go? But yeah,
What the hell
Balloon
was that
Boy
sound?
is my most
It was coming
not
from the vent
favorite
on the left side of the
animatronic.
room. I had forgotten about those. I checked the camera for the left vent and saw the little balloon boy crawling through the air vent. I dropped the monitor
I don't care that
and
he's
threw on the
Freddy.
Freddy
I
mask.
just want to catch you his sweet,
Hi.
suckling, double A
I turned my
batteries.
head to face the left vent.
No.
Just barely. I could make out the face of the
Yeah,
thing,
I also watched
poking
a
its head out the
video
dark
of
vent.
a like reanimated of the
I
Pie
held my breath in
Animations
that
FNAF
foul
2,
smelling
so
mask
that's a really
until the
clever
thing
video.
finally
I really
crawled
like
back
that.
down the vent. I couldn't take
Because
much more.
everybody who worked on that
I turned the
project,
monitor
all
back
you did
on.
amazing doing
I
that.
checked the show stage. The whole band was off stage. Oh shit.
The
What the
main
hell is that now?
goal.
Then I remembered the static coming from the mangled animatronic from the kids' cove. I checked the camera.
Now I wonder, what's
It
this
was
music
gone.
you're using, Captain Miner?
I
This
shined the
sounds really
flashlight
good.
down the hall
Unless
until it
it's actually
revealed the
shown in
mangle
the description
hanging
or in
off
the
the ceiling,
credits.
peering into the room.
Oh,
Again, I
oh,
threw
it's
on the
not.
Freddy mask, holding
Okay.
my breath and praying for my life. The sound faded away as quickly as it came. The mangle was
Because
gone.
I'm sure you're probably going to get comments of,
3 a.m.
oh wait, never
I
mind.
was
It's actually
exhausted. My
probably
eyelids were
one of
forcibly
these
closing, and I had to
of
fight
the
to keep
music,
them open.
because YouTube somehow
But it's never
automatically
frightening.
shows the musics
And
that
with
were used
that,
in the video.
everything faded to black.
But if not one of those, then I don't know what you were using in that scene.
I awoke in total darkness. I wasn't in the office chair anymore, though. I tried to move my hands, but I was restrained by something. Lights turn on. My eyes squint shut, unadjusted to the brightness. The sound of heavy footsteps near towards me.
Oh boy, here comes Toy Buddy. Hello, I see that you're awake.
What? Who the hell is that? Let me out of this. As my eyes began to adjust to the light, I could start to make out the figure of the new Bonnie standing in front of me.
Oh
Oh no.
no.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
I
I
had
had
to
to
do
do
this.
this.
I'm
I'm
only
only
following
following
orders.
orders.
He didn't
Insist to it.
The bunny turned around and walked to a counter, grabbing something off of it. He turned around, exposing the buzzsaw.
I don't know
Now,
where the hell that Toy
please
Bunny
don't do
get that
this.
buzzsaw. It's like, seriously.
The robot walked over to me, lifting a saw over the top of my arm. I squirmed about, trying to free myself, but to no avail. The robot pressed the buzzsaw down into my shoulder. I let out an agonizing scream of pain as my own blood poured
Well,
into
at
my
least
face.
YouTube won't not try to
He continued to saw
demonetize you
down the top
or
of my
anything
arm.
else, because
I was
all
starting to
that,
lose consciousness, but the last thing I
or
could
even try
remember
to like
before passing
shut
out
down your
was
video, because
the loud,
YouTube always
haunting
don't even like
drum hitting the
rated R
ground.
stuff nowadays. Because kids are watching YouTube.
I awoke in darkness again, confused and in a haze. I couldn't remember what had happened.
But yeah,
I
it's
tried to move
really
my
a shame
hands,
that
but
FNAF 2 movie was,
only my
even the
right arm
first one, was
responded.
not rated R.
I
Yet,
desperately tried
the
to move
FNAF
my
2
left
movie
arm,
just didn't have good
but a
killings at
quick
all.
realization came to mind and
Because,
I
now
remembered what had just happened. The door to the room opened
I wonder
again
what will
and
Springtrap
the
would look
lights
like in
turned
the
back
third
on.
movie if they'll actually do like some sort of unmasked
Adjusting again
scene,
to the
like
light,
in the game.
I looked to my left where my arm used to be, to see a robotic limb attached to my shoulder. The limb was fused into my skin and flesh. I then turned to see both Chica and Bonnie staring at me.
They will soon be
Sorry,
complete.
Kotori.
It is
It's
time
time
for
for
the
the
other
other
one.
one.
The bunny grabbed the buzzsaw again and walked toward me. He lowered the buzzsaw to my right shoulder, right before something broke down the door. The duck and bunny turned around to see Foxy the pirate.
Foxy, my man, you're
The
finally
animatronic
arrived.
fox raised its hook and sliced at the neck of Bonnie, causing it to fall to the ground. Chica swung at Foxy, but Foxy was too quick, immediately grabbing Chica's head and ripping off the mask, exposing the endoskeleton underneath. He took his hook and sliced right through the machine's exposed parts, causing it to spark and fall to the floor as well. The fox turned to me and cut through the ropes, restraining me with his hook. What, what are you?
I'm
I'm
the
the
machine that
machine
just
that
saved
saved
your
your
life.
life.
Before I could say anything else, the fox was out the door and gone into the darkness. I stood up and immediately felt the pain from the metal that had
Pretty much
been
infuriated
fused
that
into
these
my
kids are
body.
mostly
Why the
blocking
hell did that
Jeremy's
thing
way that
help me?
they try not to let
I
him
had
get
no
killed
time
by
to
the
stick
twin
around and think about it
animatronics.
though. I had to move quickly.
Even though this is
I
mostly a
crept out
creepy
of the
part of the
room and into the
story, it's not
darkness.
mostly from the game
I
itself.
brushed against the wall as I moved, trying to navigate the dark hall. Laughter coming from everywhere, banging coming from every corner. If there's a hell, I was in it. Suddenly, I could see two glowing lights coming from the end of the hall. It was a pair of eyes,
Mm-mm.
undoubtedly staring at me. My initial reaction was to turn around and run, but a familiar voice called from down the hall.
It's me. You have to turn right down this way. There's a back exit. It's the only way out.
I ran down the hall, closer to the fox, ready to thank him, but when I got closer, I made a horrifying discovery. It wasn't the pirate at the end of the hall. It was the new Freddy.
The puppet wants you.
Not sure how he
The
managed to
robot
somehow
grabbed me
mimic
with
the
an extremely
Foxy's
tight
voice in that
grip on my
point.
remaining arm and started to drag me back down the hall. He shoved me back into the room that I came from and noticed his two friends lying on the floor, broken. His happy animatronic face turned into a disturbingly angry face. The bear grabbed the buzzsaw lying on the floor with the hand he wasn't holding me with and turned it on. I had nothing to fight back with. My brain seemingly had not yet accepted the fact that I had lost my left arm, and while trying to flail my right arm, I still felt the feeling of my
Which I already
left
know
arm
how this
swinging
is going
about.
to end at this point
But
because I've been listening
I
to the
turned to
story
my
like
left and
multiple
realized why.
times.
The robotic arm attached to me was moving. I could control it.
Very good animation right
Without
there.
another second of thought, I swiped the robotic arm across the face of Freddy. I could feel the powerful impact,
Ah,
causing the
it's like
robot to
you
drop
mostly
the
managed to break
buzzsaw and
his
fall
jaw,
back.
just like what happened to Jake Paul.
I didn't try to finish him off. I was out that door too fast. I ran back down the dark hall and turned right, hoping by some chance that Freddy wasn't lying about the exit. Turns out he wasn't. I saw the glowing red text of an exit sign and sprinted towards it, almost busting
Well, at
down the
least
door
this
on
wasn't like
impact.
those type of
I was
fake
free.
exits from Lethal Company.
I ran to my car, drove to the police station, and told of the whole situation. The place was investigated and shut down the same night. I was immediately sent to the hospital for my arm. After examination and testing, the doctors couldn't find out how to remove it or how it was even implanted. They told me it had somehow fused inside of me and had become an actual part of my body, and that it would be impossible to remove safely.
I mean, do you really
I
want to
was
remove
told it
it?
would
You
be
have like a
safer to
new
keep
arm
it
that
in
can
than
be
take it
useful.
out, so that's what I did. I mean, I had full control over it, and it packed a solid punch.
So yeah, just keep the
I
arm,
should
man.
mention this only
Like, come
happened two
on.
nights ago.
Like,
Last
seriously, if
night,
you're mostly
upon
getting attacked by
further
any random
investigation,
guys, that
it
arm
was
of yours,
discovered by police
pure
that
metal and all
all
that,
of the
will be
animatronics were
useful to break
missing
a
from the
guy's jaw.
building. The manager, my former boss, insisted that he knew nothing about it. That means those things are out there somewhere. But that doesn't matter. They won't make it far before they run out of power. I think about Foxy a lot. He was the reason that I'm still alive. He was different. I know whatever the other robots did to him, it couldn't have been good. I still don't understand the whole story with the puppet, though. The puppet that I had been winding up that goddamn music box constantly for. The puppet that seemingly controlled them all. A puppet. What a ridiculous story this has been. I
Hmm.
admit that. Well, that about concludes this journal entry. Oh, one more thing. Last night I woke up in my bed around 1 a.m. to the sound of beeping. The beeping was coming from my robotic arm, along with a flashing red light coming from the palm of the robotic hand.
To this day,
I
I
don't know what
don't
it
get
is,
it.
but
What's that all
I don't
about?
think it's a big deal.
Like Mr. Never would say, it's just not a big deal. He's not gonna make a sequel of this. Well, at least he managed to credit all the people who did all those rigs. So, good job. Oh. Well, at least there's music that was actually part of that one night that he just did. Alright, and we're going to do one more, which is his Trapped at Freddy's trailer, which I tried to look for everything around his channel to find if he did release the whole entire thing, but nope, not yet. Because this was 2 years ago, which I know, like, doing all these animations takes a while, which I understand. Alright, let's watch the trailer. Hmm. Well, I can't wait for this one. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this. If you want more, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell to see more. And Catminder, you did amazing of doing this. And I swear your Trapped at Freddy's was somewhere in this channel of yours, but I can't even find it. Knowing this trailer came out 2 years ago, so maybe it was until probably YouTube somehow took it down for some reason. I don't know. Unless you have something to explain of what just happened. But anyways, I enjoy your work. And just keep doing more animations, man. You're doing good. You're slowly leveling up to your animation skills, so you're doing good. This is Lord of Flames here. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful day, but if I don't make another video after this, I will just say, have a wonderful Christmas and Happy New Year.